There are many beautiful places in Utah, like Arches National Park, with its stunning arches, and Canyonlands National Park, with its awesome canyons, and Zion National Park, with its awe-inspiring hikes. I took a trip there recently, and in this video, I will be retelling of my personal experience there, and maybe help you figure out whether or not you would want to go to Zion. Days 1 to 2 of the trip weren't really exciting. We didn't really even make it to Zion until in the afternoon of day 2. So I'll do a quick summarization of day 1 and half of day 2 real quick here. Also, I'm gonna probably leave a timestamp just in case you want to skip to that part. So for day 1, we basically just drove to the airport so we could fly off to Las Vegas, and then we just slept. So that's just day 1. Day 2 is definitely cooler than day 1. So first we went to this car rental place to get a car, and then we went to go check out the orb, if you know what that is. And then we went off to Zion. There's some pretty cool mountains in between. I'll probably show some images of those on the screen. So now that we're done with that, now we can get to the juicy and more tender parts. First thing that we did there was that we went to the visitor center just to check it out. And then we went to go hike on the Watchman Trail. I'll probably put some stats on the screen on what you should expect with that hike if you do hike it. For the first mile or so, the scenery is, it's really pretty since it's in Zion, but the elevation wise, it was really good. It was flat, not much hills. That doesn't come until later down in the hike, but also while going there, we saw some deer scattered off the path. They were pretty cool too. Then the next mile is where all the elevation is. It goes up about 600 feet up to a really good view, and it gets you a bird's eye view of the park. It's really cool up there. And then how you get back down is you just take the way that you came from. I woke up this day ready and refreshed for the day. So first thing that we did was go to Zion Guru because we were going to go to the Narrows this day. We had it all planned out. Also, shout out to Zion Guru. Go get the wetsuits from there for your hiking stuff in the Narrows. But then after that, we went over to the Narrows to start our hike around there. Also, oh yeah, I didn't take any pictures. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I had my phone with me. I'm probably not gonna tell too much about the Narrows because it's really different than the other hikes, and I don't really want to spoil it on how it feels. So I'm probably just gonna show you a couple pictures and give you some tips about it. So the first tip is that you should be careful when going across the currents because they may look weak, but once you go in there, they get really strong, and then you don't want to fall onto your head because there's rocks everywhere. Second tip is that you want to be careful where you're going because some parts get all the way up to your neck in some places, and depending on the wetsuit that you have, it may get your like inside like soaked. So you also want to watch for that. I was a bit scared for today because today would be the day that I would go on Angel's Landing and go up Walter's Wiggles. So how we started off the day was, I'm pretty sure we went like straight to Zion so we could start out our hike. Also, just to mention, bring plenty of water. This hike is really hard and it's gonna break you down. It's like, I think over just a lot of elevation gain. So the first 1.5 miles about it's pretty hard, but it's really rewarding because there's really good views from there. I'll show a couple on screen. Then for the next half a mile about, it's pretty flat, and I feel like it's a good place to get ready for the Walter's Wiggles that are coming up. That's where you're gonna use a bunch of your water. I'm pretty sure like 21 switchbacks, and it's about like 200 feet of elevation gain. But once you get past that, it's even more rewarding up there. It just looks so cool. It makes you feel like an ant. The next part of the hike would typically be Angel's Landing, but I only made it about 50 feet, but before my mom needed to turn back because she was scared. She didn't even make it to Chicken Out Point. So instead we went up to this other view, which I got this cool view of Angel's Landing from. Also, I forgot to mention, I went on both of the scenic drives, which were awesome. Go check them out if you're there. And also, shout out to Zion Brew Pub. They had some really good prickly pear lemonade. And then shout out to I think it's like Bumbleberry Cafe maybe. But they had some pretty good ice cream too. On day 5, we went into the park for one last time because I wanted to just see it for one last time before we went back. And then there's nothing of note that happened on day 6, so that's basically what happened on my Zion trip. If this helped you at all, like to figure out whether or not you'd like to go to Zion, I'd ask you to please subscribe and like this video. Thank you for watching.